Well, if you look at the weather today, it's quite warm, it's quite still, and it's very sunny. It is hard to believe that there is a tropical cyclone forecast for this area. So sitting out in the ocean is Tropical Cyclone Alfred, and it is predicted to make landfall in southeast Queensland. Now that's very unusual for around this area because we don't normally get cyclones around here. They are normally up north Queensland way in the tropics, but this one is predicted to be a 50-year storm. It's supposed to be quite wild, and it's going to make landfall southeast Queensland and affect this area and the northern parts of New South Wales. So we are going to follow the instructions from all the broadcasts that are online and on TV and make sure that we are prepared. Now our town is quite a ways inland, so I'm not sure exactly how much of this bad weather that we are actually going to see. It's been forecast that we're going to get some pretty hefty winds and a lot of rain. So we have had some really bad floods in this area over past years. So when the forecast says there's going to be lots of rain and possible flooding, we all get a little bit nervous up this way. So we are going to make sure that we are prepared. We're going to make some general storm preparations here at our house and make sure everything is ready, which means that we are going to do a general cleanup of our yard, make sure that there's nothing in our yard that could be picked up by gusty winds. We're going to make sure that we have a good stockpile on hand, and we're also going to check in with our neighbours, our family and our friends and make sure that they have everything that they need as well. Now we do have family that live in Brisbane, and we also have family that live on the islands, which is where the cyclone is predicted to first make landfall. So we will be keeping in close contact with them to make sure that they are safe. I'm going to get Ray and some of our boys to do a bit of yard work and check around the house to make sure everything is secure, and I'm going to go and check out my pantry and fridges and freezers and make sure we have everything that we need inside. Now I'm what I would call a modest stockpiler. I don't have, rooms full of food or anything like that, but I do like to keep at least a couple of weeks or a couple of months worth of certain products in the house, and that's going to come in really handy now because I don't need to run off to the shops and buy a lot of things. I just need to run through my list of what I already have in the house and then just do a quick little top up of a few items. So I'm going to go and get started on that. I'm really not sure what is coming our way. I hope the weather's not going to be too bad. I hope everyone along the coastline where it's predicted to make landfall is going to be safe, and we'll be praying for everybody. But in the meantime, let's go and get prepared.
No.
No?
Little bit further.
Still fixing it. Part 3. This has always been a bit dodgy. We just need to make sure it goes in. Excellent. Good job. We'll see how that holds.
Look at that.
Very good. So hubby's just going to give the yard a quick clean up, run the whippersnip around and the mower. If we're getting rain, we don't want everything to get out of control, so I'll leave him to do the yard work at the moment. So we want to put our bins away. If you don't have much rubbish in your bins, you might want to strap them down or put them in this shed, but ours will be fine. Now, we've been warned that the power could go out during these storms, so if you do have a generator, make sure you've got plenty of fuel for that. If you don't, make sure you've also got some extra ice in your freezer to keep your food cool. You will also need some batteries, some torches or a lantern, or some candles and matches. If you are using candles, be very careful if you have small children around. You don't want to create a fire hazard. And it's important to have a battery-operated radio so that you can hear all of the warnings and the forecast in case the power goes out or you lose charge on your phone. I keep a good supply of water at my house at all times. So lots of bottled water. I also have some 10-litre containers as well. These big bottles are great to put into the freezer. Freeze them up. They will help keep your food cold if the power goes out. And then once they defrost, then you can still drink the water in them. We also need some shelf-stable foods, some canned foods, things that you can make a meal out of nice and fast if the power's likely to go off. And if the power has gone off, something that you can feed your family with that doesn't require cooking. Now, I did pop to the shops to have a look around. There was no more UHT long life milk. There was no flour. There was no beans. There was no pasta, no water. So I am really glad that I had a small stockpile at home here. I don't need to panic about what I have supplied for my family. Cyclone Alfred is turning in circles and being a little bit slow. He's predicted to make landfall. They have cancelled school for the next 2 days. Kids are very excited about that. But look at these skies. It's beautiful out and the cyclone is nowhere to be seen yet. So we'll keep watching and waiting, and I'll keep you updated. God bless.